Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy KAIO and I'm back again this time to give you another One Piece video, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys my review of One Piece chapter 1018. Now, first thing is first, I've got to talk about the waifu, Nami and Zeus. I'm happy, okay? I have been saying this for a while that I would love to just see Nami and Zeus just team up, like, for the rest of the story. Just like him being there and just being able to like aid Nami and just sort of providing like a bigger power boost and everything. It's just going really well, and just Nami's cute faces that she pulls. Like, you had the nice little face where she's looking like, huh? And then suddenly she gives like a wink, and it even had me like, jeez. Like, you guys know how I feel about Nami. Like, she's right there. Like, I absolutely adore like Nami as a character. She's just absolutely fantastic. Best girl in One Piece. Anyway, yeah, so now she finally has Zeus as a sidekick. It now leads on to where she can actually go with Zeus and, you know, potentially see how powerful she can actually be by, you know, utilizing Zeus with her own abilities. And yeah, it's just gonna go so well for Nami, and she needed this. Like, I've been waiting for that girl to get such a power boost, and like, we knew that this was going to happen, but to finally get the official confirmation that Zeus is joining up with Nami, sweet as a nut. Really, really happy for her, and I hope that we actually get something more with Nami and Zeus, like an extra fight maybe, like if it's not ulti, because yeah, I think ulti's just definitely like gone, so that's ulti done with. But I would just love to see Nami just have one more fight, and even if it's just, you know, crowd control where like Zeus is just going up like he was and he's just like, yeah, like I'm gonna protect Nami kind of type thing, and like, you know, he's shocking everyone while like they're trying to get Tama out of there, because that's exactly who everyone's targeting, because they're like, ever since that brat got involved, or ever since that kid got involved, people are turning. So it's like, what if we kill her? Will that sort of like fix everything? So that's now their target. But I think with everyone like the gifters that she's brought over, and yeah, I just don't see that happening. And even CP0 commented on it as well. But there's one thing that I do want to talk about as well, because it does lead on to talking about Jinbei and Who's Who as well. So while they're talking, they're saying about how the numbers have been swapping, and they're talking about the casualties in total and just how much like it's decreased, like all the numbers on both sides. And I'm going to say this, it's over 9,000, but they don't actually say that. They're just saying it's like 9,000. But you know what? I wanted to get that joke in there, so let me have it, all right? It's cool. You got to always put that in there. Whenever you see 9,000, you got to say it. Anyway, so CP0 is saying that while it doesn't matter to them like how many people that have died or anything like that, there is one person. And at first, before I thought Who's Who, now knowing what we do know from the last chapter, but of course with this one as well, I'm sitting there thinking, who are they talking about? Could they be talking about Kaido? Like, I'm sure that they probably know deep down that Luffy's not going to actually die, but of course Luffy could be a candidate as well. But then they finally confirm Who's Who, because they say he's currently fighting Jinbei. Thus leads on to Jinbei and Who's Who's fight. Now, before I talk about everything that Who's Who said, I actually want to talk about the fight between Jinbei and Who's Who. I think Oda's doing a perfect job with this fight personally. I think that Who's Who is the right person to go against Jinbei because of everything that Who's Who's been talking about. And so everything, when you put it together and just the way that it's coming like together, the way that Oda's put this with the fight, with the way that Who's Who's talking, it just fits. And I think that this is the perfect fight for Jinbei, because now he's officially joined the crew, because he didn't at the end of Whole Cake Island. He said, look, I will meet you at Wano. Luke's like, well, I'm your captain now, so you better. And so now he's there, and I'm thinking, right, who could Jinbei fight? And now that Who's Who's come into the mix, I think this is the perfect fight for him. It's the perfect entrance, really, if you know what I mean. Like, it's the entrance, like, of a fight in Wano with Who's Who. Something that, you know, Who's Who knows a lot of stuff with, like, the slavery, and then talking about the sun god and everything like that. It's just a perfect fit, and also a great introduction to Jinbei's, you know, fighting, because every time we've seen like little bits of fights where we've been in like Marineford or Impelled Down, and he's just like been helping him out, we've never really got a truly big fight for Jinbei. And now that he's part of the Straw Hats, this fits perfectly. It fits very, very well with his character, because Who's Who even comments on it as well. He's like, I didn't expect you to be this fast on land, because we know that fishmen, although they can be like very strong, like we saw it way back when, like with Arlong and Luffy, like Arlong was doing some damage, But as we know, fishmen really do get their, power and their speed when they're in the ocean. And because Who's Who has actually commented on that, I like it, because it goes to show that we know Jinbei is a slow character. We know that he takes a while with his techniques, but of course, with the slow techniques, it doesn't really matter because the output is just disgustingly powerful. So we know that Jinbei does pack a punch, but what lets him down is his speed. Now, obviously, Jinbei has obviously got his size with him as well, but also not just that, but the fact that he's like a big fish man, but he can still move that fast, it's going very, very well showing off Jinbei, because if there's any doubters that wasn't a big fan of Jinbei, like I like Jinbei as a character, but he's not one of the characters I would have put like way up there. And even after this fight, like he probably will go up in my books, but for me, he's always been that sort of character that I've not really like been, oh yeah, no, I can't wait for his fight. But with this one going on right now, Oda's actually, turned that around. And I'm not too sure if it's because of what we're getting from Who's Who, but also it's the way he's been portraying Jinbei within this fight, with the speed, with the power, showing Jinbei just like with the Armament Haki, and it's still piercing him, because it goes to show that Jinbei's Armament Haki, like I completely forgot, I can't believe this. I think because we've got the likes of Rio and we've seen Luffy use it, it's like made me completely forget that there is just like normal Armament Haki, and Jinbei, and it's like seeing about, like, oh yeah, I remember that happened to Luffy, like against Cracker. So yeah, it's funny how like Oda drags you all the way back to like this specific point in like Jinbei's fight, and he's showing that Jinbei can get affected. But going on from that, when you go on a little bit further, when like, he's doing the whole like finger pistol and everything like that, there's one point where Jinbei actually manages to bend Who's Who's finger, and he's like, oh my god, like why is he getting so serious? But that's also because of what Who's Who said. But everything that's going in right now, I think that this is going to end so well for Jinbei. Whether or not it's the death of Who's Who, because he's really pissed off Jinbei. And he's even said that. He's like, why are you so angry? It's like, well, just think of what you just said to Jinbei. With the discrimination of the fishmen and him saying, it's like, oh, it's so old nowadays. And then talking about like the history of the slaves, and then bringing up this sun god and everything like that. It's just really annoyed Jinbei, and it wouldn't surprise me if this probably would be the end of Who's Who, because after this, what else has he got like left to do apart from getting his ass kicked and going probably back to Impel Down? But then the way CP0 are talking here is that they want to make sure that Who's Who is a confirmed death. So I think that Oda is trying to showcase here that, yeah, Who's Who's probably not making it out of this arc alive. So I think we probably will be expecting Who's Who's death. Probably, I don't think it's the end like within this chapter, because I don't think Oda's going to want to leave it off like that. I think if anything, we might get like another 2 chapters maybe, and then see the end of Who's Who. Because of course, when you get the fights with the Straw Hats, as much as Oda wants to showcase a lot of stuff off, like we had it with Frankie, like every single time a Straw Hat has joined, though they may not have had like a huge fight, whatever they've been involved in, whether it be like just like little like minuscule things or anything like that, Oda's made it very clear that this is what they're capable of doing. But of course, with this, it's not exactly going to be a long fight. He's going to mainly want to focus on Luffy versus Kaido, Zoro versus King, if that obviously does happen, I still think it will, and of course Sanji versus Queen. But I don't even expect them battles to go on for too long. Probably a little bit more than what Jinbei and Who's Who's fight is going to be. But yeah, we know the main one is going to be Luffy versus Kaido. So that one is going to be a long fight. Like, it already feels like it's been a long fight, even though Luffy's not really fighting right now. He's still like trying to be like revived, even though we know he's going to be fine. He's spoken, we know that. And when I mean he's spoken, obviously we saw with Momonosuke that he and Luffy spoke, like, you know, with the voices and all that stuff. So Luffy's going to be fine. It's a battle that we're all looking forward to. Anyway, going on to what Who's Who was talking about, the whole Sun God stuff, and just the way that he's like mentioning like, oh yeah, well, this is the guy that all these like many moons ago and everything like that, and you know, talking about the story and like how that person was with like the slaves. And then we get the likes of Luffy. We know that Luffy is that guy. Like, Luffy is the one who has been destined since he was born to be that one guy that is the light, who's going to go against the darkness. And we all know who the darkness is. It's the government and obviously the Marines and all that. So Luffy's going to be the one to take them out. But it's not just those either. What I consider the darkness is that everyone that's involved, of course, it always has been a connection to the world government in some way or another, unless it's completely different. Like you had the warlords, and Crocodile was one of the warlords, and the way he was acting on Alabasta, but Luffy came in and stopped all that. So that's like one bit of darkness out of the way. You then got Doflamingo and just how he was running things. Luffy's always been that person, whenever he's gone to an island and it's like really serious, he's always been that guy in the light, the one who's always been that glimmer of hope, the one that the people look up to, who would have hated him at first. Like you saw it at Fishman Island, when Madame Charlotte, when she said, oh, he's gonna destroy Fishman Island, and people have downright hated the Straw Hats sometimes, but then they've gone to love them because of everything that Luffy does. Luffy's got that, you know, that sparkle, the glimmer of hope, like I said, the personality, the one that people could look up to. Like this guy, as soon as this arc is over and going on further into One Piece, he is that warrior. He is going to be that god, the one that people like look up to. He's going to be the most dangerous person. And of course, when the world government realizes how powerful and what Luffy is capable of, although they know exactly what he's capable of, but the fact he will get past the likes of Kaido, it's going to really put him up there. And then when he does reach the One Piece, he's going to be more like powerful than Roger. And when I say that, I'm not talking about the terms of strength, but I'm talking about as a person as a whole. Like everything that he's gone through, like the people that are backing him, like he's got his Grand Fleet, all the people that he saved back in the past, everyone who still asks about him. And, you know, Luffy is just a force to be reckoned with. And then when you got the Straw Hats that, you know, follow him, they know that he's that guy, like the one who will be the king of the pirates. Yeah, he's going to be known as probably the most dangerous person within One Piece. I said that in the last chapter as well. And I'm still sticking by that. Nothing is making me change my mind on this, because the way that Luffy has been built, like ever since chapter 1, like, and he's just like been going up and up and up, and then we get to Marineford and everyone's like, this guy just does not give up. Like obviously of course Ivankov helped, but it's just the way that he keeps going and going and going, and just he's just always had that glimmer, like that he just can't die. Like he's come close to death, yes, and there has, you know, been multiple opportunities where Luffy could have potentially died or should have died, but because he's got that luck, it's not his time, he's not supposed to die, he has a destiny that he needs to fulfill, and Luffy is going to be the greatest person we've ever seen within One Piece. And I can't wait to see the reactions of the world government and everything that comes after Wano, because this is such big information that Who's Who is actually dropping. I just love the way that Oda does it. This is why One Piece is my favourite series, because everything that Oda does when it comes to these things, I just love reading everything, and I'm sitting there with the biggest grin on my face. This wasn't just a great like chapter with the information, but seeing Jinbei and Who's Who fighting, and the way that Jinbei's moving and just unleashing these like fury of attacks, like just how powerful he is. Like, yeah, the man just knows what he's doing, and I can't wait to see further on. Of course, we have got a break next week, so we'll have to wait till the week after to actually see what's going on. But hopefully we get some more information, because I do love these info dump chapters just like everyone else does. So with that being said, guys, I am going to leave it there. Make sure you smash this video with a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell so you guys never ever miss a post, and I will see you guys for the next video. So until then, see ya.